Welcome, everyone. I'm really excited for today's conversation. Today, we have two guests from NuVitale Life. We have Troy Steiner and Nadine Halliburton-Foster. NuVitale Life is clearly making a big difference in wellness by offering a full approach to health. Troy, your leadership, and Nadine, your medical expertise have clearly been key to building this complete model. Your website shows a whole person approach with custom plans and modern solutions, which really makes you stand out. So, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you for coming. As I can see from behind you, it's really early from where you are. So thank you for waking up early for this. Troy, NuVitale Life is built on a full wellness model, which is a powerful idea. What first made you want to bring all parts of well-being together, and what sparked the creation of NuVitale Life?
So it really started with my personal journey. I was one of those individuals that was trading my health for trying to achieve more in my career. And I had got into a really, really bad point from a health standpoint. And I had this wonderful doctor that I went to. And basically, on two different occurrences, one time I coach a lot of lacrosse at college level and at high school and club teams. And I had a doctor that came to me basically yelling at me from the stands and then came to my house saying, "You need to take your health serious." And I had no idea how bad a shape I was in. You know, sometimes we don't realize what's going on the inside of our body. But my triglycerides were 450. I had fatty liver. Like, my blood was like sludge. And basically my doctor said, "You need to do a 360. You need to change everything in your life, or you're not going to be around to enjoy life with your wife and with your kids." And that was a eye-opening experience for me. And I took it very serious. And I went down a pathway of trying to become healthier in conjunction with my doctor. And I see too many people that are out there that are experiencing the exact same thing in their life and in their journey. So I approached Dr. Nadine, a group of chiropractors, some other individuals that joined our company to bring together a group of people that really want to help people on their journey just to a better life.
Yeah, that is very important. Yesterday I went to an elderly home. I think this is what it's called in English, as a volunteer with my church. You know, once you go sit with the elderly, then you can see that, like, the results of the decisions and the choices that people have done. And obviously, in the past, it wasn't so easy to live a healthy life or to, focus only on the wellness side because the life was different back then. But it made me like really think about my own health and the fact that it should be like a long-term plan. Not that I'm young today and I don't need to think about it at all. But we need to be mindful of it all. So I agree with you. It's like super important. And I saw it yesterday. So thank you for that. Nadine, as the medical expert at the practice, you are deeply involved in the personalized plans and comprehensive approach. How do you ensure that the medical excellence and client remain at the forefront as the practice will grow and continue to grow and reach more people?
Okay, well, that is multifactorial. So I make sure that I am up to date with all certifications and education. Also, we make sure that when a person comes in, we're very transparent. We tell them, listen, this is not a place where you just come and get medicine. That's not going to be it. You come here to optimize your health, and it starts from the inside and we work outside. So from everything, we check your blood, we check your visceral fat, your bone density. We have a DEXA scan that does all of this, lean muscle mass. We do things like check your metabolic health with VO2 max, PNOE, or chiropractors keep you in alignment. And we have all sorts of modalities that Troy and I discussed, went over, and tried to maximize under one roof, to increase your energy levels. And we try, or well, at least I tried my best to make it so that the patient feels as comfortable as possible here, and that they are as open with me about their health as possible, so that I can do a turnaround with them and then maintain it going forward. We want to focus on longevity and energy so that we can keep you moving as long as possible. I always tell my patients when they come in, we want to get you to 90 and further, and so that you are still independent at that time and healthy at that time. So that's my approach, at least. And I think Troy too. Troy does it too, because I always piggyback off of him. He has become an expert in some things, and he's an expert in the gym. That's for sure. He's my coach.
So what we've been able to create here is a kind of a 360 ecosystem, because we have the medical side of it where Nadine focuses on hormones and weight loss and metabolic health, which is absolutely fantastic. We piggyback that with wellness, where we have like hyperbaric, red light, infrared, resistance training, HIIT training. So we're really focused on mitochondrial health, which we know inflammation leads to disease. And then we have, as Nadine mentioned, our sports chiropractors that help people get in alignment and maximize their body. And then we wrap that all up. We have medical aesthetics here and estheticians where we help individuals. So the better we feel inside, we want people to feel that way outwardly as well.
Yeah, super important. Scaling a wellness business, especially one with a complete model, I'm sure it has its own challenges. So Troy, what has been most surprising about this whole project and this whole business?
The most positive thing is anyone who comes into our clinic is wowed and is like, they feel like they've walked into a place that doesn't feel like a normal doctor's office. Because what we want to be partners with our patients, our friends. We should even say our family. So we're walking hand in hand with one another through their journey. We are equal partners in that journey with them. And so what's been amazing is once one spouse comes in, the other spouse is in within 2 days. Like I think any business, I think the most challenging thing is just foot traffic, getting people into the business. So how you end up marketing your organization, your business. Because what we have done is we've created a business, a model that is unique. We have 4 different things under one roof, which normally it's chiropractic on one roof, medical, aesthetics, wellness, and working out. We're everything under one roof. So the biggest challenge for us and any other business probably similar to us is really it's foot traffic. Because once they come in, they realize this is a place they want to be, and it's very unique.
Mm.
And the atmosphere is very, very relaxing. It's not your typical doctor's office. Everyone, when they come here, is happy. They come in, they may be feeling sick, but they end up by the time they come to the back to see me, they're already feeling better just because of the atmosphere here. The most surprising thing for me is that the status quo does not want you to get healthy. And what do I mean by that? If it's outside, not this business, outside factors, pharmacies, just the medical environment in general, I realized this from before, but now it is even driven more. They don't want you to get healthy. That is not a money-making business. Once you're healthy, my patients, they don't need to come but maybe twice a year. But in the medical system, especially here, it is set up for the patient to just keep on coming back and back and back. And that way, they make more money. We want to make money, but we want to make it in the good way where, yes, you come in, you get healthy, and you come in and maintain that health in our gym, in our red light, in our hyperbaric, but not to get medicine every 2-3 months. That should not be the way.
Yeah. And also, I can imagine that the client testimonials who have gotten their health back are like so much more powerful than the testimonials of someone who comes into the practice and is like, yeah, I'm still sick, but now I can get like different type of medicine. But if you can change someone's life, then this is the best marketing there is, because this is, the true value that you can bring to people.
Yes, sir.
Looking at the near future, what kind of signs or numbers are you both really focused on to make sure the practice keeps growing and innovating with your complete wellness model?
Really, it's more contact with patients to help them out. That's really the goal here. We want to give back to the community, people that we know, friends that we absolutely love. So the best thing is, how big of an impact can we have on the community and people's health? And I've seen, we have patients that search for Nadine, comment, "Oh my God, you're here," and give her hugs. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen that type of relationship with patients ever, at least within my life. I knew I had that with her and my appreciation for her. I didn't realize how vast it was for individuals. But it's, to me, that the number one gauge is, we get patients that come in and their health is so bad, they're in tears in a room, a consultation room. And what we've created this environment where it's us together that we're going to walk down this pathway, right? And we've seen people come in where they could barely walk into the clinic, and working with Nadine, now they're skipping into the clinic and they look like and feel like they're 20, 30 years younger than what they were before. That is, to me, the true measurement of success for us, is making that impact in people's lives.
So we have a patient that she really doesn't need to come back as often as she does, but she does it because she is so happy here. We got her healthy, we got her mobile. She lost weight, her skin is glowing. She's in her 70s. And she looks, now she when she came at first, oh my gosh, she was barely walking. And now the other day I saw her get out of her car and I had to take a double take because she was so vitalic and she was just skipping into the clinic. Wow, we did that. We did that. So.
Yeah, which is amazing. And so that's like one end of the spectrum from an age standpoint. We have 20-year-old patients, customers that come in, and their hormones are completely off. The environment and the impact, like the epigenetic impact on hormones today, is just crazy. And so even at that age, we're able to impact and change people's lives, where you get 23-year-olds that feel like they have no energy, no vitality, they're questioning themselves. And then that leads to depression, which is a chronic issue, in the world today. And even individuals, patients at that level, that age, you think, okay, they're young, they're healthy, everything, they have their entire life ahead of them, but they don't feel
that way.
Yeah. It's strange how many health issues people have today, like even young people. And the hormones that you mentioned, it's, I think, a big part of it with,
At the epicenter.
yeah. And so many issues with fertility and everything. Nadine, I'm sure you know more about it than I do, but I've heard so many stories, and it affects us a lot because we might think that, yes, I go to work, I become successful, I start earning money, then, I have time as a woman. And then when I'm like 30 plus, then, I start to think about the family. But maybe then I already, not late, but the health is not being
We've
considered.
gone through so many years not even knowing. Because really, the medical system is set up that your parents take you to the doctor until a certain age, and then you're on your own. But you are between 18 and 28. That's supposed to be your most healthy years. So you don't really go to the doctor unless you have a cold, So, but then you're still feeling tired all the time, and you don't want to get out of bed, and it's, you force yourself to get up and do things and go to work all through that time, but you do not get yourself in to be checked for wellness at a doctor's office because it's supposedly your healthiest years. Well, no, I have seen where patients now between 18 and 28, that's the time. If you are feeling that way, you really should go and get some blood work just to check, just see where vitamins are, your vitamin levels are, where are your hormone levels sitting at. Because that is when the most destruction happens, is when you are young. And then you get to in your 30s and you try to start a family, and it's now a problem because you never got that checked. And all these years have passed and all these things have happened, and we have to do so much work to get you back to where you can have a family and you can feel healthy. So I think the base should start early. Start early, identify factors early, so that as you age, we already know what's happening and we can address it and get you well and keep it that way. No medicines, no chemicals in your body. Just try to be as clean and healthy as possible from a young age.
So we live in the States, and in the States, it's one of the wealthiest countries in the world. It's also one of the fattest. Like if you think of Americans, probably in Europe, you think of large Americans. It shouldn't be the case. Our food system, Nadine spoke about big pharma, all of these influences, I hate to say, they're stacked against people.
Yep.
And people don't realize it.
Yeah, definitely. From the marketing perspective or point of view, so your approach is very personalized and very custom to each patient. What marketing ideas have worked best to show people the value of this full model?
Yeah, so the one thing that works against us is that we are so broad. Much simpler in a simplified business model from a marketing standpoint. If it was just chiropractic, it's a very narrow audience. Our audience is very, very broad. So from a marketing standpoint, as we know, AEO is on the rise and you have to win there if you're going to win long term. So we've done a lot of education with different platforms to raise our AEO. And we're really doing more real life testimonials within our marketing from a branding standpoint, showing patients in the clinic in real life what their experience is like here. Because it is such a unique environment that we have and model. We have inherently, because of that, disadvantages from a marketing standpoint. So, but we capitalize on our marketing calendar and the time of year for patients and trying to help them. But a lot of it right now is word of mouth. Patients coming in and really saying, this is unique. Like we get patients that come in and want coffee from us, right? They're like, oh, it's such a great environment here. Can I work in the consultation room today? And they're like, yeah, come in. Because we want them to feel like we're family with them. So word of mouth is incredibly important, but it's really more about real life experiences and then marketing that through different social platforms.
I try to get out to maybe like Chamber of Commerce meetings, meet other business owners, and talk about our platform here. We did get a few people coming in from my last meeting that I went to.
With the rise of AI, the content that is being created and shared online by almost all the businesses, it can become very fake looking and very like systematic. So definitely a good approach is to rely on the client testimonials and both of you as well and others who are on your team, because, you know, everything is technology nowadays. So I hear it all the time that people say that, yeah, I could learn something online, like take a course or something, but I'm going to go there to the in-person group because I want to be with those people. I want to, you know, have the human connection because everything is here on the computer. So yeah, I think that that's a good approach. So Troy, if you take a look into the future, where do you want to be in 1 year? What are the goals and the dreams that you have for the practice?
Yeah, so I think for the next 12 months, we're fine-tuning the model, impacting more patients here. Long term, we will expand into multiple units. So we will have, go from 1 to 2, from 2 to 4. So we'll double up in our units as we're moving forward. Right now, we're still building out the team. We have a wonderful team that really, truly cares about our patients. What I've shared with you, it doesn't feel like a doctor's office. It feels kind of like you're coming to a friend's home. It really does feel like family. It's really important that culture stays intact. So more important than us like having a great strategy, it is having the right culture in place. I don't know if you've ever heard this saying that culture eats strategy for lunch. It truly is the case. So it is important. We have no intention of expanding to another location until the culture is right here and we're in the right place to be able to do that. Because again, we got to keep in mind why we're doing this. We're going to change people's lives, and we are.
Yeah. Ah, nice. Okay, my last question to both of you. What do you think is one like make it or break it thing when it comes to running a medical practice? So what is the most important thing to either make it or break it?
Personality. You have to engender trust. As a doctor, I want patients to come in and trust me, trust that I'm going to get them well. I try my best to be up to date on everything as much as possible. I'm constantly reading, constantly learning, and doctors make mistakes. I try to make as little as possible, but if there is a mistake, which is rare, it's rare for me at least, I let the patient know, this happened, I'm going to fix it. Be very open and honest and personable with the patient, get them to open up to you, because if they don't open up, I won't know what to do. I have, it's like pulling teeth. And some doctors don't want to spend that time with the patient. I try my best to spend as much time as that patient needs and build that trust so that they can be as open and honest with me and vice versa. So personality, that's the make it or break it thing for me, so that
So I'll chime into that because it ties right in. There's a quote that I've held on to my entire life within leadership, and it is, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Okay? And in today's world with AI, the information is out there. People can grab it all day long. But they need to be able to come into somewhere where they feel safe, they feel engaged, where they feel like the doctor is vested in them. And that's the difference today. And as we move forward, guess what? AI is going to continue to grow, but AI just never will take the place of a human speaking to you, caring about you, and helping you along the journey. Because we all need, like in society, like to be mentally healthy, we need companionship. We need to understand we have a partner in these journeys that we go on. And anyone's journey in health is one that they definitely need a partner. They don't need a tablet or an iPhone to look up and try to find out and guide them in their health. They need real people to help them that truly care about them.
I can tell that you both care about your work a lot. So I agree with you. Yeah, because the information is available online. You can ask, ChatGPT about your symptoms, but it doesn't help. Like oftentimes it's not accurate, and we need to be in contact with other people and good professionals as well. Yeah, I think caring about the patients and the clients is very important. Such a good conversation. Thank you both. Where can people find more about the business? Maybe they want to visit you guys. So where can they contact you, or where can they get the information?
So we're on all the social media outlets that are out there. NuVitale is the name of the company. Our website is NuVitaleLife.com. And you could even go into ChatGPT and pull up GPTs on protein, creatine. Education for our patients and our customers is critically important. So we have really gone out of our way to make sure that we're providing a unique education opportunity or platform for our patients. So really, if you got a tablet, you got a computer, you got a phone, you can reach out and contact us.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.